All right, so I'm back at it. And on this one, a 64-year-old man in Indianapolis posted fake money online. And hours later, two men kicked in his door and shot him in the neck. And I think this could have been prevented, but let me just show you the local news report and then just come back with my thoughts.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Over a fake post.
An Indianapolis man recovering after being wounded during a home invasion on the city's west side.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to that victim, as you saw, who explains firsthand what led to that violence.
The victim spent the last few days in the hospital after being shot in the back of the neck inside his own home here behind me. Luckily, that victim survived his injuries and lived to tell the tale. He says the violence all started with a post on social media. Early Monday morning, two armed thieves stormed into a West Side home intent on robbing a 64-year-old man as he slept.
He said, "Where the money at? Where the money at? I seen what you posted on Facebook. Where the money at?"
Anthony says 2 days before the attempted robbery, someone called him broke on social media, so he posted this picture of a stack of cash from an old Facebook memory, only to find himself explaining to his attacker that it wasn't his money.
I kept trying to beat it in his head that it was fake. I said, man, it was a prank. It was fake.
Anthony says when the intruders realized there wasn't a pile of cash hidden inside the home here on Patricia Street, they didn't just leave. Instead, after repeatedly pistol whipping and choking him, one of the suspects shot him execution style in the back of the neck.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Man. Over a fake post.
It came out right there.
I couldn't believe it, man.
The bullet exited through Anthony's chest. Shortly after the suspects fled, police showed up and rushed Anthony to the hospital in critical condition, unsure if he'd survive.
I said to myself, I'm about to die over a fake post.
Fake post.
That's what I was saying to myself.
Although the police report includes very few details, Anthony recalls the suspects announced themselves as police during the break-in and even wore tactical vests.
They had a bulletproof vest on with the jacket, with the police on both sides, front and back.
Anthony just hopes the suspects are caught because if they're willing to kill over this pile of old cash, who knows what else they'll do.
That wasn't even called for. He didn't have to do all that. Once he found out it wasn't real, he should have just left.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case, but as always, anyone with information on this shooting can contact either.
All right, man. So over fake money, or at least money that he didn't have, a fake post on social media. And this started out with somebody calling him broke online. Proving something to, somebody online or just in real life, you don't have anything to prove. It's unnecessary. He didn't deserve to get shot. So let me at least be clear about that. Again, he didn't deserve to get shot. But when you put things online, real or fake, you don't control who sees it. I mean, we're too old to still be trying to prove we're not broke. I mean, honestly, who cares? It's not anybody's business. But you have to keep your business to yourself. Everybody watching you isn't rooting for you. They're not in your corner. You shouldn't feel the need to respond to somebody calling you broke. And, what you post online has real world consequences. You might just think it's a picture. You might think it's a post. You might think it's just a joke. But you don't control who sees it and how they interpret it. So while you're thinking you're posting for your friends and family, strangers are watching. And some of them are looking for opportunity. You get what I'm saying? Some people, they scroll for entertainment. Some people scroll for, out of jealousy or just to be nosy. And then some people scroll looking for targets. The internet isn't just your friends or family, it's everybody. And behind every post, there's somebody watching. Make sure you're not giving them the reason or any reason. I don't know if he had family in that house, but if he did, that decision doesn't just affect him. You see, when you invite danger into your home or to your doorstep, you're not just the target. It puts everybody inside at risk. When you put your money online, something that isn't anybody's business, the wolves tend to come out. Money attracts attention, and not all attention is good. Not everything needs to have an audience. Some things are meant to stay private, especially your money. So if somebody calls you broke, then just let them call you broke. Who cares? The same people that are calling you broke are probably in the same spot, if not worse. You have better things to do with your life and your time than to be out here going back and forth with people online or just people, wherever. You don't have anything to prove, especially the people you don't know. And I know this stuff should be common sense, but sometimes we can have these lapses in judgment. But you got to understand, all it takes is one time, and that one time could be your last time, and you're up out of here. So I'm glad the dude is okay, and hopefully he makes a full recovery. But you have to be smart about how you move out here. You have to be smart about what you share online. Again, with something like money, valuables, jewelry, stuff like that. People are watching, people are looking, and again, they don't always, have your best intentions in mind. They're looking for targets. What do they call it? Crimes of opportunity. And whoever these two guys are that were impersonating the police, they saw that post, and who knows? Maybe it was somebody he knew, because sometimes that happens too. But it all kind of goes back to him, making that post after being called broke online, and he put himself in danger. And if other people lived with him, he put them in danger too. I mean, this could have had a real bad ending to it. Especially, they shot him execution style. So I'm pretty sure they were planning on taking him out. So y'all take care, stay safe, and just make better choices. Peace, y'all.